my workbench is, you can tell, brings me joy. Organized, efficient, a clear-kept space. But today is the day where we start to clean and paint this bad boy. One of the main reasons I want to, as you can tell, it's dirty here, but it's also the clear has yellowed a lot. I think that comes through the camera. And it just doesn't look great. So what I'm hoping to do is clean it up, get it repainted. And then the side covers I'm going to have polished aluminum, but this stuff you can't get to. It needs to be painted. The frame is looking pretty good considering it was a rusty, nasty mess before. It's starting to look like a motorcycle again. There's shiny bits where there used to only be rusty bits. I'd love to get this motor up and painted on this nice warm weekend we got. The one issue I did have, coming over here, this starter I could not get open. I meant to take this to AutoZone when I picked up the engine paint, but just to see if it starts. But I'd love to get it apart and have it painted as well, because you can tell it's a little crusty. I mean, it's not the ugliest thing in the world, but we could make it look a lot better. So that is today's objective. These little caps have been a real pain to get off. There's no light in here. These little caps have been a real pain to get off. 3 I've finally been able to secure, but this one is well goobered. I'm going to try hammering out the corners and seeing if I can somehow get it to grab, but I might have to channel lock this one off if I can and then get a replacement, which is a bummer. I cut the threads down a bit with my file. I ground my wrench down to make the contact patch a little more secure because the slope in was pretty extreme. And right as I felt this aluminum starting to want to give, it popped. So it's goobered up good, but it'll at least run me until I can get a replacement. So, ooh, that was close. All 4 gone. Time to clean and paint. Woo! I was able to get the ground wire off. That was a real bear for the starter. Had to take off the clutch cover, which hadn't been off in centuries, and but eventually came off. Everything is now off. I'm going to put the head back on so I can just kind of keep everything as contained as possible. I'll put some of the covers back on, and then finally, now that I'm losing all my sun, it is time to clean. So it's been a long 2 days. Yesterday I did my best to strip off the paint off the engine, wash it as best I could. I worked till like 9 at night in the dark. It was not fun, but I made good progress. Today, I thought I'd be done painting by noon. It is 6:30, but I took the upper assemblies, the valve cover, the head, and the cylinders to a power washing place and washed those. I just couldn't get in between the fins well. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job with the paint job. So just finished the last coat. So here is the engine now. It had that yellowing clear before, but it's silver now, so big improvement. Here's the other bits. Had to move them over here since rain was coming, but they look like shiny metal, which is better than they did before. So gonna detape them tonight and then get them back together. And then once I have a friend to assist me, we're gonna try and throw it back into this bad boy. Once we do that, it's probably too dark in here, just a second. Once we do that, got to work on the carbs. I'm assuming they're gummed up, but I'm going to go through those get a battery, and we should be able to get her back together to the point where we can see if it runs. I got some parts for reassembling the engine, new piston clips, new gasket set, those kind of things. So maybe next weekend we'll have an assembled motor in a frame. I doubt it'll be running next weekend, but we're making progress. So I'm tired. My body hurts all over. This is a lot harder than it looks on the restoring channels. Doop 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 doop. Signing off.
When I first painted it, I was in a rush and there's a whole bunch of little chunks. So I had to scrub it down with 220 sandpaper till it all came off. My dad helped me, and then I had to paint it nice and gently again. And now I have to do, I think tomorrow, we're going to spray paint the edges of it.